Welcome everyone to another episode of Factory Frontline podcast. And today we have a wonderful guest, a third generation business owner who's into Ayurvedic manufacturing, Mr. Prabhdeep Singh Chawla. So welcome Prabhdeep, welcome to the show.
Ron, how are you?
Thank you. I'm
Thank you
very
so
well,
much
very well.
for organizing this.
No problem. Such a pleasure to have you here. Before we get into more of talking about your business, give us and our audience a quick introduction about yourself and what you are into.
My name is Prabhdeep Singh Chawla. We are a Ayurvedic manufacturing unit based in Amritsar, Punjab. It is established under Dr. Asma Herbals, and we have a legacy of from last 50 years. So my grandfather started as a Vaidya. He used to prescribe medicine and make customized formulation for the patients.
Okay.
And I came back into business from the last 5, 6 years. So
Okay.
I'm trying to open new pillars for the company,
Okay.
and we have our own proprietary products, which comprises of around 50 to 60 brands,
Uh huh.
and we have 200 plus SKUs for which we do third party manufacturing, and that comes only under authentic Ayurvedic manufacturing, not the generics one.
Okay, great, great. I think such an interesting space to be in. The fact that three generations have crossed and you've still being able to be in the business is definitely exciting, and I have more questions on that as well. But before getting there, I would want to know a little bit about this whole Ayurvedic manufacturing in the Indian landscape. What do you think is like how has it been growing in the last few years as an industry, and what are the kind of new regulations which are coming in, and what do you think of the scope of this Ayurvedic space in the area of treatments and all that? How has it grown? What is the regulations coming in, and where do you see it growing in Indian landscape?
So basically, if we start 20 years ago, there were not many norms in the field of Ayurveda and under the Ministry of AYUSH.
Okay.
But it was more like a desi nuskhe that are being prepared commercially under patti section or under syrup section, things like that. So
Okay.
now there are very good norms that has been placed by the ministry so that we are at par with FDAs, or we are at par with the GMP norms. We have set SOPs and
Okay.
standard protocols under which our products are being manufactured. The scope of Ayurveda is too much right now. We have a very expensive scope in this field.
Okay.
Post COVID, everyone has started moving from allopathy to Ayurveda. Everyone
Okay.
wants to have something as a lifestyle medication or lifestyle supplement in the field of Ayurveda as of now. They are looking for preventive medicine before anything happens. So
True.
this is a good scope for us, for any Ayurvedic manufacturing company or for anyone who is into the trade of Ayurveda.
Great. I think I personally have seen shift happening after COVID. Like you said, a lot of people have started. I think I still remember before COVID, once the whole term Shilajit was something which hardly people knew. People even haven't heard about it. Only you probably get it in Manali or hardly in few places. Today, I think it's all over Instagram. People talk about Shilajit. There is ads about it. People are consuming it. It's become so common. And not just that. That's just one element which I could see the growth quickly. But there are so many other things in the herbal and Ayurvedic segment which are becoming a part of consumption in the people's daily day-to-day basis. And tell me, in terms of regulations, how do you think these regulations helping the Ayurvedic manufacturing? Is it a good thing that there's so much of regulations coming in so that it becomes at par at FDA? Is it curbing the historical element of it, how people were doing it at home, people were prescribing it, they were learning it from their family, and then they were just doing it like you know what I'm ask you, right? So what do you think, and is it in a good angle or in the bad angle? How, give me a perspective on that.
For any rule or regulation that comes up into any industry, there are two sides of the coin. One who loves it and one who thinks that I have to manage it, like, I have to do this now. So basically, for us, we are a very small scale manufacturer. Okay. but we do have a legacy of 50 years, and we are into authentic Ayurvedic medicines only.
Mhm.
For us, who is into medical sciences, our whole family is into medical sciences. My father is a pharmacist. I'm a pharmacist. I'm a bachelor in science medical. My younger brother is an MBBS doctor.
Oh.
So we want the regulations to be strict for people who wants to scale up, for people who wants to set a protocol or a standard in a company. We want to follow that rules. But
Mm.
in terms of exports or in terms of scheduling of production, there are some major issues that happens, because if we compare with allopathy manufacturing units or we compare it with Ayurvedic the production scaling and the production steps, it varies a lot. So in allopathic manufacturing unit, there are only 4 to 5 steps. But for Ayurvedic manufacturing, if we want to go through technical aspects of Ayurveda, or we want to have a production with according to the classical texts, it takes around 15 to 30 steps. That whole production steps are a lot of
Okay.
steps. So to make into just to make a simple a syrup, a cough syrup, for example, for allopathy, they just buy a ready-made active ingredient or the salt, and they just put it into a sorbitol syrup, mix it into a mixing tank, and they just fill it into the bottles. So that is a simple, very
Mm.
closed, contained, very non-contamination zone, and a very sterile environment. For us, our raw ingredients is being collected from farms. So the first issue comes with the microbial
Mm.
activity or the insects or whatever comes with that, any dust particles, soil particles.
Mm.
So we have to wash the herbs, we have to
Mm.
clean it, we have to segregate everything. Then we do the decoctions in our liquid manufacturing section, that is patti section in our
Mm.
terms. So we do decoction for around 4 to 6 hours. The next day we do the another decoction of the second base of herbs. Then we mix it. These are the steps that has to take place in days, not in a 1 day thing. This is Ayurveda is not a 1 day medicine. So we have to
Got it.
Got it.
so we have to so at every step, okay, we have to do any microbial activity. We don't want this kind of stuff to happen. There is spillage also, there is waste. So because when you do things in days, it takes a lot of time, lot of hard work. And people nowadays, there are certain manufacturers in the field of Ayurveda right now. What they are doing is they are buying herbal extracts and mixing into syrups and just putting into bottles, and that's all. So, ours is not related to this. Even today, we had a liver syrup that was manufactured today in our section. So, these are the steps that helps that becomes a small hindrance for us,
Mhm.
because we have to take extra care for anything that is being manufactured, and we have to take a
Got it.
personal note into it.
Understood, understood, understood. But good that all this is happening at some level, because like you said, a lot of your manufacturing involves part of nature, right? Like it's not just coming out of things you can yeah, synthetic lab. A lot of things comes from nature, and you can't control nature after a point. You need to kind of wait for it. It's not a production which can just go by this thing. But somewhere it also kind of an extension of an FMCG. Obviously, the sterility, the cleanliness, the hygiene is scared, but also you need to understand that. Great. But tell me, how does your manufacturing take care of quality maintenance, quality checkpoints, or tell me about any accreditations you've got, or something which kind of keeps you a little more stronger in terms of creating manufacturing products which people are consuming. So tell us a little bit about your quality standards, just to understand how
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 you're
So
this is
different
basically,
from
something
we
everyone
are a
else.
GMP, and Z certified manufacturer.
Okay.
GMP is manufacturing practices. These are the set of protocols that we maintain as a GMP manufacturing unit.
Okay.
This is the manufacturing license for people like us who wants to manufacture Ayurvedic medicine commercially. And we
Okay.
we get this manufacturing license from our state licensing authority. Then is this ZED certified. So this is a
Okay.
central license. It's more like a certificate that zero effect and zero defect. So we are more sustainable than other manufacturing units. We come under into green category. Our manufacturing unit is under green category for the pollutions department. There are
Okay.
certain manufacturing unit that emits gases, or the sewage treatment plant is not accurate, so they come under red category or orange category. So we have a proper set of protocols that has to be maintained as a GMP manufacturing unit. So
Okay.
right now this year we are planning to renovate our factory, and we want to
Okay.
apply for WHO GMP by next year, so that we are
Okay. So
able
what
to
is this? Is this something special or something like that? The WHO GMP.
GMP. What are you
WHO
talking about?
World Health Organization, they have
Yeah.
stricter protocols for a GMP manufacturing unit.
Okay.
Okay.
So we are going to be following certain protocols so that we can be accredited as a WHO GMP. GMP is
Okay.
Since you spoke about WHO, I think the next part of our discussion is also about how is your factory and products kind of handling exports, because I can see your manufacturing or your brand is one of the few brands who have kind of cracked the export code. Like you have gone beyond the supply chain in India, and you've gone outside India as well. And tell me two things. One is from when have you been doing exports, and what are you finding difficult or what are you finding good about exports as a market? Number two, tell me what is the kind of demand growth outside India for Ayurvedic products?
so it's very easier to export to USA than to Europe. And I did get the lead directly onto my website. There was this small founder, he wanted to start a herbal supplement business in
Okay.
Germany.
Okay.
So even I was in a dilemma that how can me as a very small manufacturer, export to Germany? The protocols are so much. We have to pay a lot of money for testing protocols, and how to organize everything in the span of 2 months or 3 months. But my client, while sitting in Germany, he said that he didn't know English at all.
Oh,
We did a good amount of sign language in German and English. We had video calls done with each other. We had a good amount of emails exchanged with each other on a span of 6 months.
Okay.
So his first interaction was in April 2022.
Uh-huh.
Our deal finalized on September something. So it
Okay.
took around 6 months of good amount of knowledge sharing, that this is what
Okay.
we do, this is what we provide, this is what we do. But I am a very small manufacturer. I'm telling you transparently because I want to do this, but you have to bear with me with the timelines. And he says,
Okay.
I'm fine with it. I'm okay with it. So I had to apply a food license. I didn't had food license at that time. That comes under FSSAI,
Correct.
because for Ayurvedic medicine there were a lot of more documents that had to be sent if I have to send my product as a medicine, but it's easier
Okay.
to send a product as a food supplement.
okay,
Okay.
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 So basically I had applied for the license. I got it into 15-30 days, and applied for all the approvals for the products he ordered around 14 products. And we have to carry out everything into vegetarian capsules. The packing has to be food grade. Ingredient has to be properly sourced with a signed stamp from the farmer.
Okay.
I had to meet farmers in Himachal Pradesh just to get that order, and that order
Ah,
value was just not more than 2 lakhs.
ah.
So for 2 lakhs, I had to do a great deal of work. Regrettably, I did not earn that much margin into that order, but I did get to learn a lot of things, that how export happens. So it was a very good learning curve for me.
Also, I understand about the experience you had, but tell me, how's the demand grown in the export market for Ayurvedic
It is
products?
huge. I am getting good amount of leads every week onto my website, onto my LinkedIn, and people wants to tie up. There are certain companies that want to pre-mix from me. They want to get
Okay.
a 25 kg, 50 kg bags, and they want to package
Okay.
themselves and things like that. So I'm also happy. For me, bulk packing is easier for us because it's easier to contain
Okay.
and easier
Okay.
to standardize, and it's
Uh-huh.
easier to export also. Now my Canadian shipment is into 25 kg bulk packs, and
Uh-huh.
15 days ago I started my first shipment to Hong Kong. We
Wow.
sent our own products over there.
So, how many countries are you currently exporting to?
We are into 3 countries right now, and indirectly there
Okay.
are more countries that does merchant
Uh-huh.
exporters. So our brand's famous in north part of India. So people tend to take and
Uh-huh.
get letters from us so that they can sell it over there and on their own behalf, not from us.
Okay.
Great. Great. I think it's a great foot. There's a huge market looking forward for this industry, and a lot more to come your way. But let's just deviate a little bit about relationships in business, because it's not just you. I've spoken to a lot of manufacturers, and most of the manufacturers, at least 50 plus manufacturers who are actually successful and sustainable, are the ones who have run it in 2 generations or 3 generations, because it's not a factory running a factory, setting it up, handling so many employees, managing finances every month. Is definitely something too difficult to kind of handle. And if you have run it for 15-20 years, you don't want to just leave it away and it ends up with some inheritance on your family or someone in your bloodline. So tell me a little bit about how does it feel to be a third generation business in the field of manufacturing, and tell me what's the advantages you have as a third generation in this business.
So I feel very blessed to be born into this family who is into field of Ayurveda and medical sciences, and I feel so blessed into getting technical know-how, how to run a business, how to do manufacturing operations, marketing, sales, advertisement. All sections are being supervised under me and my dad,
Mm.
and how to take things further. How since post COVID, the language of advertisement and marketing has changed.
Mm.
If we talk about pre-COVID, everything used to happen on newspaper advertisements, TV advertisement, and things like that. But now everyone wants to make digital properties like their own website, their own Instagram, have podcast with people so blessed like you,
Mm.
and interact with people so that we come up to the latest knowledge, latest know-how into every field. Because when you are a small scale manufacturer, you have to see all aspects of the business. So we need to have current knowledge of every aspect. So what is happening in advertisement, what is happening in operations, what new SOPs are being given by the ministry to us. So I do have a meeting tomorrow on a capacity building by the ministry. Even a our e-Aushadhi portal is being, there is a webinar conducted in the morning tomorrow.
Okay.
And last week I went to the Ahar Expo that was in New Delhi.
I think I saw your LinkedIn and there's a picture of yours. Yeah, super.
Yeah, so it was too tiring for me, but I did get to meet a lot of people. I had a very intellectual conversations with them. I had a good amount of brand building with them and a relationship, because
Okay.
for us one-to-one relationship is very good, because I
Okay.
want to maintain a relationship by myself only. Not, I don't give my number or to my supervisor or for
Okay.
the assistant supervisor, because once you are interactive with one person, he sees your face, he wants to talk with you only, not the subordinate. So
Correct.
I handle the first leads, or I handle the first conversations with everyone. So if anyone wants to order, anyone wants to have any queries or want to give feedback, they interact directly with me. On all our
Got it.
products, it's my phone number only directly. So anyone can call me 24 by 7, anyone can message me anywhere. So, it's about availability and how you give follow-ups, how you tend to provide your time, your space to anyone who is looking forward into my business. So
Okay.
I have to be available for everyone for every time of the day.
Great, great, great. And tell me, is this something what you see in your father also? Because seems like these are things you can't learn in a business school or in other places. These are things which you learn from your family. Do you think that has helped you a little bit?
Say for any founder, for any person who is scaling, who is into expansion right now, they should put their own phone numbers into literatures of their products, or their product customer care. Once you interact, what is the customer feedback, you get the direct decision making, that okay, this is what we have to do, this is what feedback I am receiving. Okay,
Mm.
this so and so person wants this into this. Because our subordinates or our colleagues, they will not tell us minute details. He'll
True.
just say, इसका कॉल आया था सर, ये था बस, ये that's all. But
Mm.
once you have the first hand information or conversation with them, you get to know, okay, this so and so person wants this particular thing at this particular set of protocols. तो फिर हम उसके हिसाब से उसको we carry it on.
Understand. Understand.
So
Great.
first
Also,
point of
let's.
conversation for product point of view, for any B2B leads, for anything, has to be the founder, or has to be the person who is the face of the company.
That's a very interesting insight. Obviously, the how much of bandwidth you can get to speak to so many people is another question. But the fact that having that kind of one point direct contact towards your end consumer can really change how your production can get better. Also a little bit about the other side of the coin, like we discussed. Where do you think there's a lot of I don't want to call it okay, I'll call it disagreements. Where do you think there are quite a few disagreements with the previous generation of business owners and this generation of business owners? Because I know for a fact that I personally, when I speak to my father, or I've spoken to a lot of manufacturers or young manufacturers, second or third generation, they are like, I want to do this, but my father is old school. He wants to do it this way. He believes in this. Tell me little points where there's a disagreements, and where do you feel probably the previous generation can kind of start like getting a little more pulling up their socks for the future.
When you come fresh, the generation comes into want to pour into their fresh mind, or new thoughts into the business. It takes a lot of time and lot of efforts and finance to conduct these types of new things that we want to do. Firstly, the issue comes with offline market versus online market.
Mm.
Because previous generation, they think that offline में पैसा ज़्यादा बनता है, you are available at every store, it's easier to send products, is easier to connect with
Mm.
people. Online में you have to build your brand, you have to run campaigns, you have to be there 24 by 7, दिन रात लगाओ, पता नहीं निकलेगा कुछ कि नहीं निकलेगा.
हाँ
you know
हाँ
th- this is this is what happens in online, क्योंकि अब तो बहुत कंपटीशन है आज की डेट में.
Mm.
every
Mm.
every person wants to build a brand today. Every marketing agency or Facebook ad performance marketer जो है, they want to buy product from
आज
people like us.
आज ऐसा हो गया कि वी सी मोर एड्स देन एक्चुअल ऑर्गेनिक कंटेंट.
तो अब वो कंपटीशन बहुत ज्यादा हो गया है. अब ये है कि still our 85% of the business is offline only 15% of the business comes online.
Mm.
हाँ, बट वी डू गेट द लीड्स ऑनलाइन, जो हमें B2B लीड्स जो मिलती हैं, थर्ड पार्टी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, वी डू गेट दोज लीड्स. Website is an educational website. We don't try to sell our products over there. Even on our social media, we are not into selling our own products, क्योंकि हम our products are very economically priced. For any e-commerce company or anyone who is selling online, they have to have a MRP of 1,000 to 1,500 or 2,000 rupees.
Mm. Mm.
Our products are not more than 300 rupees. तो
अच्छा।
हमारा वो हम निकल ही जाते हैं, वी आर आउट ऑफ द ऑनलाइन बिजनेस.
हम्म।
तो मोस्ट ऑफ आवर प्रोडक्ट्स आर नॉट मोर देन 200 rupees. So
ओके
we are
ओके।
very economically pricing has, so that we are more available in rural aspects. We are more available to vast audience rather than putting out ads, running campaigns, and sell a 2,000 rupee product. We are much happy to send our products to 20 people so that we
हम्म।
can get more feedback, we can get more sales out of them.
Great. Prabdeep, I think this is a very good discussion we had about a lot of aspects of your business. Just few final questions here. Because we are into a lot of video marketing, we encourage a lot of manufacturers to create videos, talk about videos, show their manufacturing process. Tell me a little bit about your understanding and what do you feel or how important is it having videos for manufacturers or integrating videos in the marketing of manufacturers as important, because you're also speaking to a lot of people outside India, you're showing a lot of things to them. So how do you think it is important in today's online exposure or today's digital presence for manufacturers?
I think video marketing is very mandatory for any small scale business to a very large scale corporate. For people like us, we should show what our factory is like, how we manufacture our products, or a corporate video of what we provide, what services we provide, and how our unit is. Even though we are a small manufacturer, just let people know we are small. Yes, everyone starts from a very small state. Not everyone has inheritance of a good amount of wealth, and just make a very good factory and just wait for orders to come in. तो ठीक है, orders भी आ रहे हैं, have a B2B business and also showcase कि how things happen. Because there was this thing that I went to an expo called CPHI in
ओके।
2024 in Delhi. तो वहाँ पे मुझे ना एक गुजराती मिले. So I told him that this is what said. I have seen your product on all medical stores when I used to visit in parts of North India.
ओके।
So he said, I said, ki, see, we are a very good brand. We have so much of availability of our products. So he said one thing in Hindi. कहता, आपने भैया 2 मिनट लगा के मुझे बताया कि आपके प्रोडक्ट्स ऐसे हैं, आपने ये किया वो किया, बट आप लोगों को बता रहे हो, आर यू टेलिंग पीपल कि यू आर सेलिंग अ सॉलिटेयर, यू आर नॉट सेलिंग अ फेक डायमंड. तो कहते हैं वो जो हीरा है ना, जब उसका मूल you have when you want this solitaire to be get a good amount of return, you have to show people, you have to show to every shop, you have to show everything कि I have this so and so solitaire, I am providing this value of this product to you. तो वो हीरा पहले दिखाओ बाबूजी सबको जाके. तो solitaire is the video marketing, I would say. Have podcasts, have
गॉट इट
videos
गॉट
of
इट।
a founder videos on social media, and I could manage to understand when I started seeing Shark Tank. So every founder is are making their own brands as a brand building, their personal story building onto videos. I would say Aman Gupta in boat is doing a good work, being brand ambassador himself. So I'm just starting. I'm following all those rules, and I would say कि थोड़ा धीरे धीरे I'll reach somewhere in some.
No, no, I'm really happy. I'm really happy speaking to you because see, not a lot of people accept it. There are two aspects to it. One is that you accept that it is important, but you also understand that थोड़ा time लग रहा है बनाने में, और it's not easy to come in front of the camera. It's not easy to see. I'll tell you honestly, I am in the industry for 12 years of shooting videos, working with more than 1,000 business owners across the country. But for me to come in front of the camera took me almost 10, 11 years. I was never comfortable coming in front of camera. I was like, nay, I'm not, I don't want to come.
Even today till now I am very uncomfortable. I was so nervous in the morning. How would I do? Because this is my first podcast ever.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. No, I'll tell you, I've done quite a few, but I'm still nervous before every podcast. I'm like, Arey, acha hoga. How will I look? What will what will happen? But I think, see, at the end of the day, if you're confident to kind of go and sell in person, how does it stop you to do it in front of a camera? Because a camera is a tool which could probably multiply or kind of take this aspect to multiple places or multiple locations. So that's the power of it. And also I'll tell you one more point, Prabdeep. A lot of people think video marketing is purely an angle to kind of create leads. That's the only angle at which people look at it. But also, I'll tell you, the power of video marketing is also becoming a tool, a sales tool, which can reduce the sales cycle. That is something which a lot of people are not taking it. And for manufacturing, personally, I know if you could have, like you said, the client with Germany, it kind of took 6 months to 8 months to completely finish that whole cycle. Sometimes having a little bit more to show in terms of a video could probably speed up your sales cycle. That is the aspect we kind of pitch and tell a lot of manufacturers to kind of consider it, because not everybody can walk into your factory and see the kind of things you do. But if you could communicate that to a lot of people, a lot more business can come your way. That's the understanding we have. Anyways, it was wonderful speaking to you, Prabhdeep. A lot more laurels and a lot more things to come your way. And I'm really hoping to see a very strong personal brand created around you. I see your Instagram, your LinkedIn also. It's really looking promising, and I'm hoping your father and your grandfather should be really happy seeing you taking care of.
All thanks to AI, ChatGPT, and
No, true. Also, before we wrap, just tell me what's your perspective about AI and what kind of support it's given to all the business owners today in today's generation.
for a person who is a very small scale manufacturer, and he has to deal everything. I have made different projects for different aspects. For operations, I have made different LLM. I have for my LinkedIn, I have a separate AI agent who conducts post, and everything is being done automatically now. And it's easier for us, for people like us who cannot hire a good amount of team right now, but it's far lot easier for us with an AI, because in aspects of formulation, we want to change something into the formulation. I have trained my AI according to the classical texts, everything related to pharmacopoeias, United States pharmacopoeias, British pharmacopoeias. So everything has been trained into it. So I ask my question according to that. So it's easier for people like us, I would say. AI is a very good boon for us. But I would say कि अपने local LLM use करना चाहिए, not ChatGPT or Gemini. Locally is far better than giving data to everyone.
Okay, great. I think every business owner has a different kind of integration, but I think there is still a lot of resistance with few people. They are like, "ये सब नहीं चलेगा" and all that. But they will eventually have to consume it, or they'll get consumed. So
yes. तो first steps लेना पड़ेगा. We have to take the first step.
Wonderful, Prabhdeep. Thanks a lot for joining in and spending your valuable time with us. And looking forward to really catch up sometime whenever we could probably meet in the near future. It'll be wonderful to see you. And thanks again. Keep doing whatever you're doing, and take your legacy even few more generations forward.
It will be a very long generation. I have
Thanks
two
a
kids
lot.
now.
So thanks a lot for tuning in, and looking forward to see you in the next episodes of Factory Frontline. Thank you again. Bye.